If your neighbor accused your son of property damage to his house, how would you react? My neighbor, the most unhappy guy you could come across. I have never seen him smile. His seriousness and attitude matches his characteristics of himself. He accused my son from doing damage to his property. Someone who points the finger without knowing the facts and circumstances. Someone who accused my son of making fun of his autistic son, but in fact was my son's friend. My son knows right from wrong and told them so, yet was the blamed one. Just like when my son was told off numerous occasions for being a kid. Is he the neighbor from hell? Well, hardly so, but still he makes your bright and sunny day become dull and glim after speaking to him. A married man in his 60s who has an autistic son, who definitely is a handful, as I hear the piercing screams and yells from across the yard. A man who is known for getting into other people's affairs and called the town mayor of our quiet park. A man who peers out of his window when he hears children come out to play at our house. A man who can cut you with a knife with his words he speaks and utters. A man who seems angry and frustrated inside by life passing him by. A man who reminded me of myself when I was younger, in regards to depression and anger issues. A lonely and reserved man who we do not know his reasons as I did not know my own. A man who has low toleration for other children, and myself who was too reckless to have my own, and never spending a lot of time with my nieces and nephews growing up. Yet what we see sometimes blinds us. Even though we see one side of this man, there is another. Probably a father that has had to become stern and serious to having an autistic child. Someone who takes life too serious, because life gave him a full deck to play with. We judge people from what we see and often mistake the character of the person before knowing the reason. So that is how I have become to this person. Ignorant of his past and judging him for his current. Yet even though this man has hurt me through my son, there is another side of him too. An old lady in her late 80s across the street has become to a point of hardly walking, yet a year ago she was sprightly and active mowing her lawn and tending to her garden. Then she had a stroke and is now not able to do these things. Terry, my neighbor, has shocked me. He goes over and picks up sticks and rides his mower over to her and cuts her grass. Opposite of what I see. Compassion is in this man. It gives me a sense of guilt thinking this man is different from what I see. See, Jesus sees us as children of God no matter who we are and what we do. He will go out of his way to leave the 99 for the one to chase after. I was that man. A neighbor who hated kids, and my nickname was Stoneface. A manic depressive with suicide tendencies that overwhelmed me, not knowing the beauty of life that has been given us. A man who could not show love or compassion for others, because I hated myself. How can I show love to my neighbor if I see my past haunt me? Jesus did and told us to do the same. I am still learning, and forgiveness is hard. We do not speak, but one day forgiveness will overtake my anger. A lesson we all need to learn. God bless all.